My name is Sammy. The title of my book is Ivy and Bean Breaks the Fossil Record. The author of the book is Anne Browser. The illustrator of the book is Sophie Blackall. This book is in the Ivy and Bean series. This book is a realistic fiction book because all the things in the book can happen in real life. My personal connection to the book is that I want to break a world record, and Ivy and Bean in the book break a world record. I like this book because it tells all about what records they try to break. Who Ivy and Bean? What Ivy and Bean trying to break a fossil record? Why? Because they want to be famous. Where? In Bean's backyard. When Ivy and Bean were 7. My favorite part of the book is when Ivy and Bean finally break a record. If you like learning about Ivy and Bean breaks the fossil record, you would probably like to read the whole series of Ivy and Bean. You can find this book at a public library or at a school library.
Hi, my name is Dylan. I can't wait to tell you about Mercy Watson to the Rescue by Kate DiCamillo, and the illustrator is Chris Van Dusen. I love this book because Eugenia was chased Mercy in the middle of the night. My favorite part of this book is when Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson kiss Mercy before they go to sleep. This little pig that helped his or her neighbor, then you will love what happened in Mercy Watson to the Rescue. If you want to read this book, check it out at your public library.
Hi, my name is Pharrell. I can't wait to tell you about Nate the Great and the Big Sniff. It's a part of a series. It's by Marjorie Windman Sharman, Mitchell Sharman, illustrated by Martha Weston. I love this book because it's a mystery book and it's all fun. A favorite part of this book is when Nate the Great uses friends to help him find the star. Do you love mysteries? Well, then you'll love what happens in Nate the Great and the Big Sniff. If you want to read this book, check it out at the public library.
Hi, my name is Christopher. I'm reading the book Earthquake in the Early Morning by Jack and Annie. This book is part of the Jack and Annie series. It's historical fiction. This book is historical fiction because it tells true facts, but the timeline travel is fake. My personal connection of this book was when I was washing my hands and my brother suddenly came out of our room, and then told me that there was an earthquake. I love this book because it tells true facts and interesting stuff that I like. The summary: the main characters are Jack and Annie. So basically what they're doing is that they're teleporting to California, then they hear the bell ring, and then they see two buses driving in full speed, and then they were like, what the? And then when they got out of the treehouse, they were walking on some cobblestone, and then they heard a really loud noise, and that shook the whole earth, and then cars were flying everywhere. And that happened because that happened in the 5 in the morning because it was really early. That's why it's called earthquake in the early morning. My favorite part was when they were walking in the cobblestone, and then suddenly there was a huge shake on the earth, and then cars were flying everywhere and hit skyscrapers. You should read this book because it is a very interesting book and tells about how earthquakes. You can find this book in the library in the historical fictions.
Hi, my name is Deeksha. I read Meet Kaya by Janet Shaw, illustrated by Bill Farnsworth. This book is part of the American Girls collection. The genre is historical fiction. I know this because it's about Native Americans. If you like American Girls collection, you will like this book because it's about Native Americans, and I really like it. I love this book because it's a really, really good book, and I also like to learn about Native American people. There are characters, but the three main characters are Kaya, Stepsai, Kaya's horse, and Speaking Rain. This book is about Kaya and her life. It takes place in 1764 in a village. Kaya gets lost in the woods, and she gets whipped by the whip woman because she didn't take care of her brothers. Instead, she left for a race with a person on a horse. My favorite part is when Kaya's sister almost drowned, but Kaya saved her. You should read this book because if you like American Girl collection, you would enjoy this book. You can find this book at your local library.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. I can't wait to tell you about Smile by Raina Telgemeier. I love this book because it's a true story, but it feels like it's a made-up story. My favorite part of Smile is when Raina falls and one of her teeth fall out and one of her front teeth go up into her gums, and that's when all the action starts in the story. Do you love graphic novels? Well, then you'll love what happens in Smile. And Raina has two siblings, a little brother and a younger sister. If you want to read this book, you can check it out in the public library, your school library, or your classroom.
My name is Aya. This book is called The Little Lamb. Author Judy Dunn. Illustrator Phoebe Dunn. The genre is realistic fiction. I know this because it's a real girl. My personal connection is that there was a cat in my backyard that was hurt, and we put it next to our house in a little cage and took care of it. If you like realistic fiction, you will love this book because you might relate to a lot of different things that happen to you or your friends. And if you like animals, you would love this book. I love this book because it is realistic fiction and it's about a real thing that happened. The summary is a girl named Emma and her little lamb. Emma goes to a farm, and the farmer says that the lamb's mother doesn't have enough milk for all her sheep. My favorite part is when she gets to take care of the sheep. You should read this book because it has a lot of interesting animal facts. Where you can find this book at your local school, library.
Hi, my name is Douglas Burke. The book that I read was Brian Swinburne. The author is Gary Polson. This book is realistic fiction. I know that because there's things in this book that could happen in real life. This book reminds me of my winters. I like adventure books, and this is an adventure book. Ryan is the main character of this story, and he has adventures in the wilderness. My favorite part of the story is when Brian is under and he's covered in grass and under it, and he's holding a gun and trying to kill a moose. If you like adventure books, this is a good book for you. You can find this book at your local libraries.
Hi, my name is Edu. I can tell you about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You like series? Do you love about comic books? Why you love what happens in the about the Wimpy Kids? My favorite part is where in the vampire happens on this book. I love this book because it's a fiction and a little things happen to me on this book. If you want to read this book, check in out the public library.
My name is Emil. I can't wait to tell you about Lunch Lady and the Cyberstructure 2. Illustrated and writing by Jared G. Kozica. I love this book because it's good versus evil and good wins in the end. My favorite part of this book is when the kids find out her nursery fight crimes. Do you love good versus evil books? Well, then you love what happened in Lunch Ladies and the Cyber Substitute. If you want to read this book, check it out at the public library or at your school.
Hi, my name is Eva. The title of this book is If You Live When There Was Slavery in America. The author of this book is Ann Kama. The illustrator is Pamela Johnson. Is this book part of a series? Yes, it is part of If You Live series. The genre of this book is a nonfiction story. I know because it is all true information. The personal connection, I like nonfiction and biography because I want to learn true information. When I am able to share true information with my family and friends, I feel really proud. I like this book because the story is all about slaves. Did you know that if a slave wanted to visit another plantation or a store, he needed she needed a pass by the owner? Sometimes the slave wasn't given the pass. My favorite part of the story is Live When There Was Slavery in America is when the author wrote about the end of slavery. Why should you read this book if you like reading about nonfiction? What tells you information that you'll love if you live when there was slavery in America? You can find If You Live When There Was Slavery in America at your local school or library.
Hi, my name is Frank Moore. I can't wait to tell you about the book Ghost Town at Sundown by Mary Pope Osborne. The series is Magic Tree House. Do you love adventures? Well, then you'll love what happens in the book of Ghost Town at Sundown. My favorite part of the book is when Jack and Annie find a piano playing by itself, and they find out that they think it's being played by electricity, but it's really a ghost playing it. I love this book because it has magical people and it goes back into time and to different places. If you want to read this book, check it out at the public library.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I can't wait to tell you about The Particular Pumpkin Thief by Geronimo Stilton, and if you like this book, then you'll love the series. Do you love a little realistic fiction mixed with some mystery? Then you'll love what happens in the particular pumpkin. And to give you a little bit preview of it, what happens is the evil clown named Chuckles steals all the city's pumpkins, treats, and tricks. So Geronimo Stilton has to save Halloween by getting all of those back. My favorite part is when they get when Chuckles wants them to see his show, but Geronimo Stilton and his sidekick say no. I love this book because the same thing happened to me on Halloween. I lost one of my favorite pumpkins, but it ended up being hid under my bed. And if you want to read this book, you can check it out in your public library.
Hi, my name is Maria. The title of the book is Charlotte Webb. The author is E.B. White. The illustrator is Garth Williams. I know that Charlotte Webb is fiction because animals talk in it. Sometimes there's emotional parts and happy times. For example, I almost cried when Charlotte says, "Take care of my kids," to Wilbur. If you want to find out why Charlotte says this, you gotta read this book. I really like friendship things like this book. Who are the characters in this book? Wilbur, Charlotte, Fern. Where? Farm. Is that Wilbur take care of Charlotte's kids, and when Wilbur met Charlotte. Who likes books? You should really read this book.
My name is Miguel, and I cannot wait to tell you about Big Nate by Lincoln Pierce, and it's in a series. Do you love short but funny books? Well, then you'll love what happens in Big Nate, because I love it because when Big Nate, he goes and he tells everybody in his scouts that he's going to win a skateboard, that he's on the way to his scouts and he loses his skateboard and it falls off a bridge, and then he goes and tries to get a new one and he gets it. My favorite part of the book is when Big Nate loses his skateboard and is competing with someone that he hates named Arthur. I love this book because, well, my friend told me about it, and I just started reading it, and I have not read any other book than it since then. If you want to read this book, check it out at the public library.
My name is Piyush. The title of this book is Sideways Stories from Wayside School. The author of this book is Louis Saker. The illustrator of this book is Julie Brickholt Lowe. And this book is in a series of 3 books. The genre of this book is fiction. My personal connection to this book is that it's really good. I like this book because it's really funny. In this story, there's a lot of characters and there's little stories about funny things. My favorite part of the story is when Mrs. Gorf turns somebody into an apple. If you like learning about funny things, you will like Sideways Stories from Wayside School. You will find this book at your local school or library.
Hi, my name is Sam. The title of the book is Almost Super. The author of the book is Marion Jensen. The genre of the book is science fiction. I like this book because I watch a lot of superhero movies, and in this story, three kids try to find out why they don't have good superpowers. My favorite part of the story is when one of the kids walk up to a man, and the man holds up his phone to their face and starts laughing. If you like science fiction, you will like Almost Super. You can find this book at Barnes & Noble.
Hi, my name is Molly.
My name's Samantha.
And my name is Zach.
The title of this book we want to share with you is called Warriors Into the Wild.
The author of this book is Aaron Hunter, which is actually 6 people.
The illustrator is also Aaron Hunter.
The book is in the series, the Warriors series.
The genre of this book is fantasy because the cats have 9 lives in it.
We all have the same personal connection, and it is that we all have cats.
Some reasons we like this book is because there are many cliffhangers that makes you want to read more. I'll give you a little summary of the book. There's a normal house cat named Rusty who's on the cover, and he wanders into the woods across the street from his house, and he meets some cats who live in the woods, and they say that he can come and join them where they live. He decides to come and live with them. There are 4 big groups of cats, and he goes to one of the 4 that's closest to his house.
My favorite part of the book is when Firepaw and Graypaw become warriors.
It's full of adventures, and you never know what's going to happen next.
You can find this book at Barnes & Noble's or the library.
Hi, my name is Annie, and this book is called Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The author of this book is J.K. Rowling. The series is the Harry Potter series. The genre of this book is fantasy. I know because there's magic and unicorns and trolls and all sorts of that stuff that you can't see in real life. My personal connection to this book is Harry gets in trouble a lot, and I get in trouble at home. I like this book because it's magical and you get to see everything you don't get to see in real life. In this story, Harry finds out he's a wizard. Harry goes to Hogwarts to meet Ron and Hermione, and Professor McGonagall says that he can play Seeker for the Gryffindor Quidditch team. My favorite part of this story is when Harry Potter and Ron defeat the troll at Halloween and save Hermione. Yay! If you like learning about how to write a fantasy book, you'll like Harry Potter. You can find this book at your local library or wherever books are sold. The end.
My name is Stephen Boss, and I can't wait to tell you about the book I'm reading, Magic Treehouse, Earthquake in the Early Morning by Mary Poppins. This book is a series of the Magic Treehouse. My favorite part was when Annie fell in the earthquake. I love this book because it has a lot of earthquakes. Do you love time travel? Well, then you will love what happens in Magic Treehouse. If you want to check out the book, you can check it out at the public library.
My name is Will. I read the book called Soccer Halfback. The author of this book is Matt Christopher. The illustrator is Bob Kroll. The genre of this book is realistic fiction. I know this because Soccer Halfback is a realistic fiction book because everything that happens in it could be real. My personal connection to this book is I play sports. If you play sports, you'll love this book. I love this book because it's a sports book. I play sports. The summary of this book is, in this book, a boy named Jabber loves soccer. It also takes place at the soccer field. The story also takes place in the present. A boy named Jabber loves soccer, but his family wants him to play football. His brother, Pete, plays football, and before their dad passed away, he wanted both of them to play football. Will Jabber give up soccer for football? My favorite part of this book is when Pete lost his wallet and the $75 in it. I like this part because mysteries are my favorite kind of book. Will Pete find his wallet? You should read this book because if you like soccer with a touch of mystery, you'll fall in love with Soccer Halfback. You can find this book at your local library or your local school.
Hi, my name is Wolf. I can't wait to tell you about How to Train Your Dragon the illustrator and the author is Rosita Carroll, and it's part of the series. Do you love science fiction? Well, then you love what happens in How to Train Your Dragon. Some of them. My favorite part of this book is when Hiccup and his dragon Nightmare is defeating the queen of the dragons, but then his leg it's got away, cut. I love this book because it's an interesting book, and he's traveling a lot and he's in his own mess. If you want to read this book, check it out at the public library.
My name is Vincent. I can't wait to tell you about Big Nate on a Roll by Lincoln Pierce. It's part of the Big Nate series. My favorite part is when Nate himself gets money because he always got in trouble. I love this book because he would always get in trouble big time. Do you love children who get in trouble? Well, then you'll love what happens in Big Nate on a Roll. If you want to read this book, check it out at the public library.